Hello my dear harmonica friends from all around the world. Marcian Petrescu here from Bucharest, Romania. As Leslie Nielsen used to say in Naked Gun, I'm back, I'm bad and twice as ugly. Alright, here's another video after, let's say, a long time. I intended to make this video, I don't know, maybe in February this year, but shortly after I received some goods, some gizmos, some harmonicas, microphones and other stuff. But to be honest, I was pretty busy, lucky me, I was pretty busy during February, and after that fucking coronavirus pandemic took over the world, and to be honest, I have to find, I was lucky enough to find other ways to earn my money, not related to music, unfortunately. But anyway, I hope all of you are in good health, you have a good health and you don't have any problems. And today I'm going to discuss with you some gear, some pedals, microphone, some harmonicas and other stuff like that. And I hope you enjoy it. And also I'm going to cover some serious aspects regarding the power adapters and how certain power adapters are working and are not working with certain and specific pedals or devices. First of all, I gotta tell you something. Some friends of mine, there are Hohner dealers here in Romania, made me a very nice gift. They sent me, I don't know, in early February, they sent me some Hohner Rocket low tune harmonicas. Actually there are 5 keys: low C, low D, low E flat and low F. I don't have the low E flat, but it's not a problem because I have another harmonica, a custom made harmonica. I managed to buy it in some kind of Romanian eBay website anyway. But they sent me the low C, the low D, low E and low F. And to be honest, out of the box, these harps are great. I'm also aware that Ronnie Schillest made a video about them. Very good out of the box, and I'm very happy with them. To be honest, I was a little bit skeptical when Hohner announced these models. I was a little skeptical because I thought, okay, the design of the back cover, bottom cover is not, it doesn't have a, let's say, a deeper profile in order for the reeds not to rattle against it. But after Ronnie Schillest and other guys made some demos with these harmonicas, I thought, okay, maybe I have enough money, I put some money apart to buy them. But came the pandemic, and out of the blue, these guys, these friends of mine from, there are Hohner dealers here in Romania, send me these 4 harmonicas and also a very nice microphone. But I'm going to tell you about the microphone later. So I have a low C here. A little bit rattling, but I'm exaggerating. But if you are playing very relaxed and you are not attacking too hard holes number 1 and 2, you will not notice any kind of rattling. Sounds very nice, very nice. So this was the low C, and I have here the low D, and these are because low D is it's a little bit upper from the low C than the low C. You don't have the rattling, only if you are attacking too hard the reed. Incredible, these harp are very bendable. Okay, so this is the low E, and it's to be honest, it's a very valuable addition to my collection because for example, I'm playing Pontiac Blues by Sonny Boy Williamson, the second, Rice Miller, and I have a normal E harp. I played that song in B. As much as I remember, this is the original key, but anyway. So. Sounds very, very good. And also the low F. Low F. Very nice harp. Sounds very, very good. So these are the Rocket Low tuned harmonicas in low C, low D, low E and low F. I'm missing the low E flat, but maybe in the near future they're going to send me, because I don't know, maybe Hohner was out of stock for the moment, something like that. Anyway, but the most important thing for me was the fact that I received a microphone that was announced, I don't know, maybe in December, November, December 2019. A microphone from Hohner called the HARP BLASTER HB-52 dynamic high impedance harmonica microphone, designed and built in collaboration with the SE Electronics, a company from China, I think, but a very, very serious company that is making some very, very good microphones, but in the low budget range. I had the chance to test some the condenser microphones, large diaphragm condenser microphones, studio microphones from them, and to be honest, are very good. And to be honest, when I heard that Hohner was working with a Chinese company, I thought, oh shit. I thought maybe they will make another mistake. They will make another mistake like they did with the latest batch, the latest model of Blues Blaster microphones, where they kept the original, let's say, GT30, aesthetic GT30 type of shell, but inside there was a crappy, cheap, crappy Chinese crystal element. You know what I'm talking about. So my advice is avoid, with any cost, avoid the HARP, the Blues Blaster microphones by Hohner from the recent years. I don't know, from the last, I don't know, last 10 years or maybe more than 10 years. Because there are shit, are unspeakable quality, bad quality. But this one, when I heard that this one is a dynamic high impedance element microphone, I thought, okay, maybe this one will be a better option. And the first demo that appeared on YouTube and also on Facebook on harmonica related pages was not a good demo, because the guy who was playing harmonica, I don't know, it wasn't a good harmonica player, and sounds like the microphone was run through some kind of, I don't know, maybe a pedal or something, I don't know, maybe a computer software that simulated an amp of some sort, but the sound was not spectacular, not impressive at all. Only after I saw some videos with Ronnie Shellist and other guys demonstrating this microphone, I thought, yeah, okay, this is something different. I thought, okay, maybe for sure I will put some money, I will spare some money to buy it. But lucky me, the guys, these friends of mine from Romania, Hohner dealers, sent me also this microphone. And I made some endorsements for them, for their harmonicas. And guys, I gotta tell you, this microphone is absolutely spectacular, and I'm not exaggerating. I know many of them don't like the fact that this microphone came with a XLR connector. But to be honest, it's very well built, and to me at least, I'm speaking strictly in is my point of view. It's great because right now I'm using a cable, but 90% of the time I'm using a AKG wireless transmitter with a snap-on wireless system with a snap-on transmitter. But my wireless AKG wireless system is very, very special because the transmitter is absolutely transparent and is not affecting the sound from a high impedance, high output, unbalanced connection with an unbalanced connection microphone. I tested the Samsung, two Samsung systems. I tested other system from Sennheiser, and the system I'm using is the only one that is not affecting. It's completely transparent. No matter if you are using a low impedance, balanced output, dynamic microphone for clean sound directly to PA, or a microphone like this one, or maybe a crystal ceramic, control magnetic, control reluctance, or even other types of high impedance microphone, let's say a Shure SM57, let's say Ultimate 57 made by Greg Human from Blowsmere Productions. And let me tell you something, it's spectacular, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna make a comparison with I'm gonna compare it with the Bulletini. And to be honest, if you see this, the HARP Blaster it's a little bit wider in diameter. The dimensions are pretty in a little bit bulky. But to be honest, by the way, I'm selling my Bulletini, but not because it's a bad microphone. No, it's not a bad microphone at all. It's a brilliant engineered and a very good quality microphone. But first of all, it has this screw-on connector, and I don't like them. I need an adapter, and to be honest, in Romania it's very hard to find this type of screw-on connectors. Anyway, the only thing, let's say, bad aspect of the Bulletini is that it has too much low end. And this is a good thing if you are using an amplifier, a tube amp, or let's say maybe a solid-state amp, a small amp with a 6, 8 or 10-inch speaker. Because this type of speakers are lacking the low frequencies. So the Bulletini was built with this idea to have a very pronounced low end in the audio spectrum. But this, for me, because I'm using my main amps are a Mesa Boogie Caliber 50 and the Fender Super 60. Both are tube amps with 12-inch speaker. The Bulletini was too much low end, and it was a problem. But this microphone, but don't get me wrong, Bulletini is a very, very good microphone. But it's not on my, let's say, it's not my alley. I bought it, I tested, I said okay. I tested with some small amps, with 10-inch speaker. It was a great match, but with the gear I'm using, with the pedals and with the amps I'm using, the Bulletini is not a proper match. But this one is the perfect match, because the audio spectrum it delivers is very, very well balanced. It doesn't have too much low end, too much high end, too much upper mids or low mids. And it has an XLR connector, pin 2, pin number 2, it's hot signal, and pin 3 and 1 are linked together. Yeah, it has a bridge, and also are bridged with the with the metal part where the screw of the connector is fitting in. So this is very important aspect, because the way it's wired, at least for my AKG wireless system, is perfect, because as I told you, the wireless system I'm using from AKG has the transmitter very transparent, and that transmitter has a very interesting feature. According to the way the microphone is wired for low impedance or for high impedance, the transmitter recognizes the type of connection, the type of impedance, and the type of output level, and let everything to pass. It's not limiting in any way the signal from the microphone. Okay, what options you have, though, you guys who are not liking this type of XLR connector? You can use this type of adapter. This is an adapter with a female XLR connector at one end and a female 1/4 inch female connector at the other end. You can use a normal cable, and that's it. And this is the way I'm using right now, because I didn't want to install also the XLR the wireless system from AKG. So I'm going to give you an idea, and by the way, today I'm going to talk, I'm going to present you my concept, my idea of directly to PA combination of devices. So I have there, this is a Behringer active monitor. It's, I don't know how many watts, but it's loud enough and pretty decent quality. It was pretty cheap, I don't know, maybe less than $150 or something like that. And I bought it from Thomann. It's a well-known music instruments dealer in Germany. I bought it from Thomann for a very good price. So I'm using this active monitor as for many kind of activities. And what is very interesting, it has a EQ section for low frequencies and high frequencies and the volume. And right now the high frequencies are set to around 9 o'clock and low frequencies around 10 o'clock, because it has a 12-inch speaker and it has a lot of low end. And also because the speaker enclosure is the enclosure is made out of plastic, it has a resonant frequency somewhere in the low mid frequency that is pretty boomy. So I have to take out a lot of from the bass of the EQ. Right now the system sounds like this. Very loud, believe me, it's very loud, and I don't know, 7 feet away from the monitor. And what is very interesting to this on this microphone is very sensitive to the way you cup it. Very sensitive, very reactive, the element. Check this out. For example, I'm gonna open the microphone, the volume control, I don't know, half. If I open it completely, for example from distance, like this. Impressive. All right, I'm also using in different concerts, I'm using the Jason Ritchie signature microphone, low impedance, balanced output, with a different setup. But right now, very interesting, I want to show you and to discuss with you other things. For example, what kind of pedals I'm using here? Well, bear with me a little, because I need to to take the camera from the stand. All right, try to not jiggle it too much. Okay, so what we have here. So this 1, 2, and 3. This is the Holy Trinity from Kinder Musical Instruments. This is the maximizer box. This is the mid-bass cut. Okay, mid-bass cut. And this is the famous Kinder Anti-Feedback Plus. Okay, so how am I using this? Okay, the microphone goes into the maximizer. From the maximizer to the mid-bass cut. From the mid-bass cut go to the Kinder Anti-Feedback. From the Kinder Anti-Feedback to the HARP ATTAck pedal from Lone Wolf Blues Company. This is a tube-powered overdrive. It has a small tube, miniature tube inside. And keep in mind the fact that this pedal needs 18 volts DC, at least with 150 milliamps. It's very important to keep in mind this. So this is the HARP break. From the HARP ATTAck, I'm sending the signal to the HARP break. This is another type of distortion, overdrive. And from this one, I'm sending the signal into this Tech 21 boost reverb. It's a very interesting pedal. Has a function of boost function here that is very, very handy. And from the boost reverb to the ATTAck graphic EQ, and I cut a lot of frequencies because I don't need them on stage. And from the ATTAck into this Palmer passive DI box. And that's it. Normal microphone cable into the Behringer active monitor. Okay, I have to talk about this pedal a little. Here I have a custom power brick made by a guy, a very skilled electronist. His company is called Dominance, and this power brick is, I don't know if you can read this, outputs completely isolated and highly filtered. And indeed, this is a custom power brick. It has a big chunky transformer here from 230 volts to, and deliver the current to these 10 separated, isolated outputs. And I have here, it's very important to show you this. I have 6 outputs at 9 volts 100 milliamps. I have 2 outputs at 9 volts at 500 milliamps. One output, number 9, on 18 volts 300 milliamps, and the output number 10 and 12 volts 500 milliamps. And this one I'm using it for the AKG wireless system. Center negative, outer ring of the power connectors. DC connectors here are positive. It's positive. It's very important. And I'm going to show you something else. Right here is another power adapter. This one is a switching mode power adapter, a digital power adapter, the modern model. This one has 18 volts DC, 1 amp. And I'm going to show you why I have this one here, and what is the big difference between this one and this one. This is a custom-made power adapter with variable output from 5 volts to 24 volts DC at constant 200 milliamps. I'm going to show you why are these very important, and what is the big difference between a digital power adapter and the custom analog power adapters and a custom power brick. Because I'm gonna explain you this, because the HARP ATTAck pedal from Lone Wolf Blues Company is a exceptional pedal, but has a big problem. And I don't know if any of you encountered this kind of problems, but it's a very serious one. It's nothing wrong with the way, just a moment, it's nothing wrong with the way the pedal is built. But because this is an analog pedal with a tube inside, a miniature tube, the circuit for sure it's an analog, fully analog circuit. And this type of, because the amplifying factor is very, very powerful, large, if the current, the 18 volts DC, 100 milliamps, this type of current is not perfectly clean, perfectly calibrated and filtrated, the pedal is behaving in a weird way. Basically, is not working in a full capacity, but also the digital power adapters are inducing that annoying high-pitch noise. This high-pitch noise is, I don't know exactly where is located, but to my ears, somewhere between, I don't know, 14, 15 kilohertz to around, I don't know, 18 to 20 kilohertz in the audio spectrum. And it's like a screeching noise. And to be honest, I made this test. It's impossible to eliminate that noise with a normal EQing. Maybe in a studio, or maybe with a ultra high quality digital mixer in a live situation, to be able to find that specific frequency, high pitch frequency, and using a ultra parametric EQ to be able to isolate it perfectly and took it out. But it's a waste of time. So, if you want to use the HARP ATTACK pedal, you need to use a high quality power brick with fully isolated outputs, calibrated, filtered, and with a proper with a clear 18 volts DC value with at least 150 milliamps. More milliamps the power brick will deliver, the better, because the pedal will consume exactly what it needs, not more. Okay. Right now, I'm going to show you something. The other option, I have to put the volume down on the speaker, the monitor. For example, if you are using a custom-made, this custom-made power adapter, okay, 18 volts DC at 200 milliamps, no problem. There is no noise. Only if I'm raising the volume to the maximum to the monitor, power monitor, you have a noise, but it's normal. If I put the volume at the normal value, it's okay. But check this out. Right now I'm gonna feed the HARP ATTACK pedal with the digital power supplier, power switching mode technology. Check this out. You hear this? This shit is what I'm telling you. This noise is a consequence of this digital power supplier. Okay? So, this is the reason I have this one here, because I wanted to show you exactly what is the problem with the HARP ATTACK pedal. And right now I'm back with the custom-made power adapter. Completely quiet. So, this is the main issue with the HARP ATTACK pedal. You can't use any type of power adapter for this one. The digital power adapter is a very good one, but only for digital pedals and for other pedals that don't have this kind of issue. And I have some guitar players, some of my friends that are guitar players are using that power adapter for some of their pedals, and they don't have any kind of issue. Actually, that pedal is, I borrowed that pedal from a friend of mine who's a guitar player, and he told me, look, with that pedal I'm using this, don't have any kind of noises. I can explain you why, because many power adapters with the power switching technology, with the digital power adapters, are behaving weird. Or let's say some pedals are behaving weird with the digital power adapters. And some are not behaving weird. For example, the maximizer and the mid-bass cut devices, originally they have each of them have one 9-volt batteries inside. And in order to preserve the life of the battery, you have to take out all the jack connectors during the breaks of the show or after you finish the show, in order to preserve the life of the batteries. Because there is no type of indicator, some LED indicator to show you when the battery is almost dry out of juice. So I was thinking, after I received them, I was thinking, okay, what if I can adapt these two blue boxes, the maximizer and the mid-bass cut, in order to be able to power them with a normal power adapter, 9 volts. And I made the test for each of them, and I discovered the fact that they don't have any kind of problem. So basically I have to take the camera again from the stand. I have to show you this very important aspect. Basically, you see this DC 9 volts DC connector here, 9 volts DC connector here. This is a white type of cable, and I'm feeding these two with 9 volts from a single 9 volts DC 1 amp power adapter, digital power adapter. This is made by Thomann. It's made in China, but to my surprise, this is working great with this one. So absolutely no problem. Okay, this is the digital power adapter for the HARP BREAK, absolutely no problem. And this one is for the EQ and for the TEC 21. Okay, for the EQ and the TEC 21 boost reverb, also with a white type of cable. And by the way, very important, my Kinder anti-feedback is powered directly to 230 volts. Here in the space of the original space for the two 9 volts batteries, a good friend of mine, the guy from this company, from Dominance, very skilled electronist, managed to fit a power adapter from 230 volts AC to the amount of, I don't know exactly, 18 volts DC required by the circuit inside the Kinder anti-feedback. So this is the main problem. This was the main aspect I wanted to talk about and tell you about. That the HARP ATTACK is a great pedal, but can't be powered with any type of sorry, I was checking if the recording is on. Okay, so can't be powered with any type of power adapter. You heard why. That high pitch noise. That was a little bit lower. I think maybe around 11 kilohertz or something like that. Some digital power adapters are inducing that noise at a higher frequency. as I told you. So these are the main issues. Once again, if you are powering the HARP ATTACK with a power brick or a specialized power adapter, analog power adapter, with calibrated output of 18 volts DC, with at least 150 milliamps, you will not have any kind of problems. Also from a power brick with fully isolated outputs. So absolutely no problem. But if you are not using the proper power adapter, you have issues. For example, I bought the HARP ATTACK and the HARP BREAK from Italy because it was easier for me to buy them from there instead of United States. And the Lone Wolf Blues Company on their website, on the HARP ATTACK page, mentioned the fact that they recommend there to use a power adapter made by Dunlop. And I knew that Dunlop power adapters are very good. And I was lucky to find to have a guitar, a friend, a guitar player that had this, that is exactly that type of Dunlop power adapter recommended by Lone Wolf Blues Company, but for the European voltage, 230-240 volts AC. So I borrowed that power adapter, and to my surprise, that one was inducing that high pitch frequency, so it was not good. So to be honest, in my humble opinion, it's something related to luck. Maybe you'll find a good digital power adapter for 18 volts, 150 milliamps that will not inducing that high pitch noise. But I can't tell you which brand you have to test. If you have a broader option, you have to test different power adapters and find one. Otherwise, the only solution is to have a good power brick with isolated output, or a custom-made or an analog power adapter with a classic transformer with a filtered, calibrated and filtered output of 18 volts, 150 amps minimum. So, another aspect. This is, I showed you the way I have these devices linked together. And I discovered something very interesting. The HARP ATTACK is, as I told you, is a miniature tube overdrive. Okay, the HARP BREAK is, let's say, has another type of silicon or diode or transistor type, is a silicon or transistor type of distortion overdrive pedal. And I discovered that I put the HARP BREAK after the HARP ATTACK. I can use the HARP BREAK, I can use each pedal for a different type of distortion. But if I put them in this order, the HARP ATTACK first and the HARP BREAK second, I can use the HARP BREAK as a boost for the HARP ATTACK. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Check this out. Right now, HARP ATTACK, only the HARP ATTACK. Take out a little bit more of the low frequencies of the EQ section of the Behringer. Sounds very good, okay? HARP ATTACK off, HARP BREAK on. Different sound. HARP BREAK off, HARP Attack on again, and check this out. I'm gonna play a little few licks, and after that I'm gonna step on HARP BREAK. Check this out. I managed to boost the level and also to have a different type of, third type of distorted sound. So once again, only the HARP Attack. Okay, only the HARP Attack. HARP Attack with HARP BREAK. HARP Attack off, only the HARP BREAK right now. Together. Also, I want to give you a tip. For example, if you want to go directly to PA with a system like this, sorry, I have to leave the window open because it's hot like hell in Bucharest right now. This is 29th or 30th of July. I don't know exactly what day is today anyway. But it's around, there are around 38 degrees Celsius in Bucharest. I don't know how much is this in Fahrenheit. Okay, or in Kelvin. From time to time maybe it's annoying noise from ambulance or something like that. Anyway, if you want to use a system like this, a combination like mine, directly to PA, I don't know if you notice there is a ringing, high-pitch ringing. Because of the tweeter of the power monitor. I'm going to give you an advice. If you want to use this combination like this, directly to PA, it's a must to have a good quality DI. If it's possible to have a passive DI box, because it's better. And the DI box, it's very important to have a ground lift switch. Very important, because sometimes you have a humming noise because of the current from the power socket in the wall, or from other reasons. I don't care. If you have a ground switch and you need to get rid of that noise, humming noise, press the ground switch on the ground lift switch on the DI box. But it's very important in a combination like that, in a situation like that, to work with the sound engineer of the venue. It doesn't matter if a small club, mid-sized club, large club, medium-sized or large indoor concert hall, or maybe an open air stage. Work with the guy who is a sound engineer and try to find a little bit of time to make the proper setup for your, to make the proper EQ for your harmonica sound. Also, especially in the main PA, and ask the guy to cut everything below 100 Hz in the bass, low frequencies, and also to cut everything above 12 kHz, or maybe a little bit lower, I don't know, 10 kHz, 11 kHz, something like that. Because you don't need that, you know, high frequencies. You want to have a creamy, not so aggressive, not a ringing distortion. And also ask the guy to jiggle, to work a little bit with the, if he had a digital mixer, let's say Behringer X32 or something like that, it's even better because those digital mixers have parametric EQs, so you can find and isolate and eliminate in a specific proportion, or maybe to boost a little bit some specific frequencies that are working even better for the harmonica. But also, this way you can get rid of some frequencies that are not proper for a good harmonica sound. Some frequencies in the low-mid spectrum, and also some frequencies in the upper mid spectrum. I can tell you exactly which one are indicated to be cut or to tamed, because each system is different, each stage monitor is different. And if you are speaking about, we are speaking about the stage monitor. Also, with the digital mixer, it's very easy to make a separate EQ, totally separate EQ for each monitor on stage. So, ask the guy who is the sound engineer to make a separate EQ for your harmonica, if you are using this directly to PA system type of combination of devices, if you don't want to carry an amplifier. Okay? I did this, I don't know, maybe 50 times already with other combinations, including this one. And every time I ask the guy, okay, make me a separate EQ for the harmonica in the monitor, in my monitor. It's better to have your separate monitor, where to be able to, for the sound engineer to send the signal of your harmonica loud enough with the proper EQ to get rid of those frequencies that are prone to induce feedback, and this way you'll be able to hear yourself on stage with no problem, even with a loud band. But it's very important to work together with the sound engineer. If the sound engineer has an analog mixer, well, I don't know, maybe in this situation it will be a little bit tricky, because basically, if you are using an analog mixer, you need to have a separate rack of outboard devices, and for each monitor to have a graphic equalizer with 31 bands, sliders, okay, and to be able to cut some specific and to lower or to boost some frequencies that are good for harmonica, and some of those that are worse for harmonica sound, prone to induce feedback. Okay, so these are my advices. And by the way, because I show you the Holy Trinity, the maximizer, the mid-bass cut, and the Kinder anti-feedback. Many of you guys out there already own a Kinder anti-feedback device, okay, and AFB Plus, and you know how it's behaving and how to set it and how to use it, and in what proportion will affect or not your sound, according to how drastically you are setting the controls, the UB, the calibration control, and the AFB control. Okay, many harmonica players never heard about the maximizer and the mid-bass cut, and also there are not many around the world who owned these two devices, the maximizer and the mid-bass cut from the Kinder musical instruments. And I'm going to explain you as much as I can, as much as I understood, the way these two boxes are acting and are improving the sound. Basically, the maximizer, at least to my feel, the way I get the idea, I feel this box is acting. The maximizer is some sort of a preamp, but it's not a preamp that is boosting the level of the microphone. It's a preamp that is allowing, the circuit inside allows all the juice, all the power, the output of the microphone, the frequency spectrum of the microphone, and so on, to pass to this circuit and to pass to the next device in line. No matter is an amp or is a kinder anti-feedback, or maybe you don't have any kinder anti-feedback or a mid-bass cut, you have only the maximizer and you are using a, let's say, a high impedance dynamic microphone or a crystal or a ceramic microphone. Basically the maximizer was built in mind, I presume, for the high impedance crystal and ceramic microphones. These type of microphones has a huge output level and also high impedance output, around some of them more than 1 or 2 megaohms. The impedance of the input of the maximizer is 5.6 megaohms. So I think this is the way I feel the maximizer is acting. Is sucking all the juice of the microphone and is not altering the signal, the output of a high impedance microphone. The mid-bass cut that is next in line after the maximizer in my read. Well, the mid-bass cut, I'm going to show you what it's doing. So, check this out. I'm going to open the microphone completely. 1, 2, 1, 2. And right now, I'm going to close the mid-bass control. Okay? With the control on the mid-bass cut to maximum, open to maximum, I don't know, 3 feet away from the monitor and no feedback. Also, I have the kinder anti-feedback. But let me tell you something, the mid-bass cut is absolutely amazing. I don't know how much time John Kinder spent in order to develop that circuit, but it's mind-blowing. Because I tested it also in conjunction directly with an amp without the kinder anti-feedback. And only the mid-bass cut was absolutely mind-blowing because I was able to get rid of those mid-bass frequency prone to induce feedback and to raise the volume of the amp with absolutely no problems. So, the maximizer and the mid-bass cut, I think that these two circuits are were basically took out from the electronic circuit of the HARP King amplifiers and adapted in the size of a box. And I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right about this, because if you are looking to the layout of the controls on a HARP King amp, you'll notice the fact that after the input jack, you have the mid-bass cut control. And after that you have the bass, middle and treble, or bass and treble, the presence and the volume. Or the bass, middle, treble, and the presence and the volume. So, I'm thinking that the maximizer is basically the input stage of the HARP King amp. The mid-bass cut contains the mid-bass cut box, blue box, contains the mid-bass cut circuit of the HARP King amp, adapted also in the size of a small box, and the ATB Plus is also the circuit from the HARP King amp, the section of the circuit where the UB and AFB controls of the HARP King are. The Holy Trinity is mind-blowing. I like to call them like this because, to be honest, are very, very, very effective. And you can hear the fact that these are very effective also without a tube amplifier. With a tube amplifier, the results are even more spectacular. But even with a directly to PA concept like this one, the mid-bass cut, the maximizer, the mid-bass cut, and the kinder anti-feedback are behaving extremely well. Maybe an explanation is the fact that I'm using the HARP ATTACK from Long Wood Company. There is a drive pedal, distortion pedal with a tube, miniature tube inside, designed specifically for harmonica microphones. For sure, I'm pretty sure, I don't want to waste money and time to test other distortion pedal designed specifically for guitars. But these two, the HARP ATTACK and the HARP BREAK, are great. Actually, 2 years ago I had the chance to talk to Jason Ritchie, who was in Romania at Sighișoara Blues Festival, and I witnessed how efficient was the HARP BREAK in his power pedal, and that's why I decided to buy the HARP BREAK and also the HARP ATTACK, because even if I wasn't able to test them before buy them, I had a good feeling about the HARP ATTACK being a different type of distortion, a very effective type of distortion. So I was right. So these were the issues and the details and the aspects I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope it was a revealing experience, and I'm grateful if you spare some time to watch this video and all the details. So once again, my rig is a HB-52 HARP Blaster microphone from Hohner, dynamic, high impedance, high output harmonica microphone, bullet type harmonica microphone. An adapter from XLR, female XLR to 1/4 inch female jack with a normal guitar cable, instrument cable. The signal from the microphone is going to the Kinder maximizer, from the Kinder maximizer to the Kinder mid-bass cut, from there, from the mid-bass cut to Kinder anti-feedback, AFB plus anti-feedback device, from the Kinder anti-feedback to HARP ATTACK, from Normal Blues Company, HARP ATTACK, tube-powered overdrive pedal, from the HARP ATTACK to the HARP BREAK, let's say solid-state type of distortion, overdrive pedal, from the HARP BREAK to the ATTACK graphic equalizer, 8 bands graphic EQ, and from that EQ to the TEC 21 reverb boost pedal, and from the reverb boost pedal to a Palmer passive DI box. From the DI box, a normal microphone cable to a power monitor made by Behringer. And that's it. So once again, and by the way, the HARP ATTACK pedal from Normal Blues Company was powered with, can be powered, and in my situation I can choose to power it from a power brick, custom power brick, made by one of my good friends, I told you, very skilled electronist, from Dominance company, the name of the guy is Dan Petrescu, maybe it's not important, and this power brick has 10 fully isolated and filtered outputs. Output number 9 delivers 18 volts DC at 300 milliamps. More than enough. And also this guy made me a custom power adapter with a regular adjustable output from 5 to 24 volts DC at a constant 200 milliamps. So once again, I'm gonna show you exactly how this sounds. First of all, I'm gonna take out all the pedals. So this is the microphone with absolutely nothing. Okay, HARP ATTACK. This microphone is very sensitive to the capping. Okay, right now, HARP ATTACK off, HARP BREAK on. attack, HARP break off, HARP attack on, check this out, and after that I'm gonna step on the HARP break for an extra boost. Okay, I'm gonna play a riff, lick. And I can raise the volume a little more on the monitor. Right now it's a little bit too much. A little bit lower. Keep in mind the fact that I'm sending the signal directly into the power monitor, and I don't have any other type of EQing, because normally you need an extra stage of EQing in order to get rid of other frequencies that can be filtered with a normal graphic EQ and even with the mid-bass cut and the anti-feedback. Okay, I can put the anti-feedback in maximum position with maximum settings, but I don't want to alter the sound too much. This is not the option. Okay. It's better to, if you have an Kinder anti-feedback, it's better to use only smaller amounts of anti-feedback in order not to alter the sound too much, because in a certain proportion you're going to alter the sound. Alrighty, like this. Okay, so this was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all the infos I gave you, all the aspects I covered were useful, and don't be shy and leave comments directly on YouTube and also on Facebook, because I'm gonna share this clip on Facebook, on Harmonica and HARP related pages, HARP players related pages, and HARP gear related pages, and leave comments, and also you can check out my other videos where I made different demos with other type of gears and other combinations, and I hope we'll manage to get over this coronavirus madness, and I wish you a good life, good health, and a normal life as much as possible. Best regards, Marcian Petrescu from Romania, from Bucharest. Bye bye. Thank you.